Welcome to video 7 in a series of introductory videos for InventorCAM. This video's topic is the drilling toolpath in the milling module. The drilling toolpath in the turning module will be in a separate video. So in this one, we're just going to talk about whatever you find as a milling toolpath for drilling. So let's take a look at that. So I'm just going to open up a drilling operation. And as an InventorCAM toolpath, the workflow is still very similar to the other ones. We're going to do geometry, tool, levels, and technology. We'll start with the geometry. What makes the drilling toolpath a little different is the geometry selection. Not only is the drilling toolpath for simply just a Z movement toolpath, anything like a spot, drill, tap, ream, pretty much anything moving in the Z direction, we denote that by a drill point. So we choose that here from these various items here. Now you can see that it just you can choose it from multiple different things. The more common ones are just the circle itself. So you can choose a circle to get a drill point. Let's delete that one. You can choose the wall of the hole, and this is really useful if you have a drill hole you need to do, but it doesn't have a flat surface. Maybe it's on a taper or a curve. You can choose the wall of the hole, and it puts a drill point at the mouth of that hole. Or, using the various filters, you can choose a face, and it'll grab all the holes, all the complete holes, complete circles in that face. Now, in this case, it shows all our 4 holes. But let's delete all those again, and let's see if we wanted to get those corner rads as well. Well, instead of just all circles, we can include arcs as well. So any kind of arc edge of a surface will be included. So if I choose that face, I get not only those complete circle holes, but I get all the arcs as well. And there's lots of arcs in there. So let's say we still want to use the face select, but we want to filter it to just certain holes, maybe just those corner rads. So let's get rid of all these again. We'll include arcs, but we're going to add an additional filter called by radius. And what that allows me to do is either type in the radius or click on a button and record a radius from our solid. In this case, let's just record the radius of that corner. So if that is the radius of that corner, I'll click the green check mark. And now when I do my face select, only the arcs of that particular radius are selected. And that's going to be just all those corners that we're looking for. There will be a section where you can modify the direction of the tool, the order of the tool, the drill points, but I could just do that here while I'm still selecting them. And I can take a look at the fact that this is starting from there, going this way, and then continuing the circle. I might want to loop that around. So let's take position 4. Actually, no, that is position 1. The white letter is what we're looking at there. So position 1, let me just grab that guy. Let me just select these, and then we'll go back in and modify it. Okay, so we'll just take the first one, shift it down, and just reorder them. So basically, I've reordered it so it goes in a nice circular pattern. Okay, let's go to Tool. And I covered tool selection in video 2. So I already just pre-selected my tool here, predefined it. It'll just be the 1/4 inch tool to go in those corners there. And let's just reselect geometry. I'm going to do those holes. So everything's zeroed out. I should just be able to click on that, and it's just those 4 holes. If we go to levels, we see that we have 2 options. We have user defined and by updated stock. User defined is simply I just either click on that button or highlight that 0 and just choose whatever I want to be the top of that pocket. And it's associative to that face. Meaning that if we change the geometry in any way, if we go back to the original Inventor part and modify the height, modify the locations of the part, it'll always start at that face. By updated stock actually grays that out, or at least puts it as auto, and it goes to the updated stock, so the machine stock. In this case, the drill will always start at whatever the top of the stock is. If I had faced it down to a certain level, it starts at the faced level. If I started with the original geometry, the original stock, it would start at the very top of the stock. So it looks at the updated stock to see where this drill should start, regardless of whatever level you put it in, it starts at the top of the stock. In terms of drill depth, similar to what we had before, we just choose it from the geometry. In this case, I will choose somewhere in the pocket. I think this is a blind hole, so I'll just be able to grab that point. Something like that. If not, I can grab a flat face and get it to be associative as well. So let's just say we grab that flat face, because even though it's a flat face and I want the tip of the drill to go deeper past that face, I have depth type. So right now, cutter tip means it'll go right to that flat face, but I want to bury the drill, the tip of the drill in that face there, so I can go full diameter, which means it'll dip the drill past that level to leave behind a full diameter at that level. So it just dips the drill until it reaches its full diameter. If I had a countersinking tool, countersink drill, chamfer mill, whatever it is, and I want to just plunge in there and leave behind a countersink, I can actually choose diameter value. I either type in the value or click on diameter value itself and then read it from the solid. So let's say we click on that edge right there, and I need to leave behind that radius. It will look at your tool definition and then figure out how deep it needs to dip the cone of the tool. Again, we're talking about a tool that basically has just a straight diameter, and then at the tip, it has a cone. If you define your tool accurately, it'll be able to know how much to dip the tip of the drill to leave behind that particular diameter. Now, in our case, I'll just leave it at full diameter. Under technology, if we had multiple points like we have, we could use the default, which is the order that I selected them in. So that's why I shifted it up ahead of time, because it's probably a little simpler. But if you choose them in a particular order, it will drill them in the particular order. If you choose shortest distance, by its name, you'll know that it just finds the shortest distance between the points and then sorts them that way. If you go to advanced, you can browse through these various patterns, so linear patterns and circular patterns, to better shift or sort your drill points. On the right side here, we have our drill cycles. So depending on your post-processor's definition, you'll have various drill cycles in this menu here. If you click a drill cycle that has additional parameters, let's say the G83, then there's a data button where you can plug in the parameters of that toolpath. So you have, in the case of a G83, we have Q or the IJK. Again, depends on what your post is outputting. So if it has just the IJK format, then you type in your IJK values. If it has just the Q format, then you type in your PEC under Q, and then in your G code, you'll see your Q PEC. Note that it has a step down and a Q PEC. So again, it might be different for your post, but generally, the Q PEC is the PEC that gets output in the G code, and the step down is what gets simulated in our simulation. This is here broken out like this because you might have a PEC where there's lots of PECs, but you don't want to sit through each individual PEC in a simulation. So in the G code, put the proper PEC. In the step down, you want to just put in whatever you're willing to watch, or leave it at 0 and it'll look like it just is a simple plunge, but it won't show the actual PECs. So pretty simple. We'll just do a save and calculate. You see that it builds the stock and analyzes the target. Again, there's a lot of gouge checking, a lot of checking of the levels inside of this particular toolpath because of that. You can see that it goes around and it drills all the holes. Any questions on this or anything else from InventorCAM, just give us a call at 1-866-975-1115, extension 2. You can send us your questions or your parts via the ticket system at solidcamsupport.com. And stay tuned for the rest of the videos in this introductory series. Thanks for watching.